Okay, here are some more examples for how to express an expression. So, when I need to write an algebraic expression for my sentences, I have to read carefully, search for the keyword, and I will start expressing what I read as an algebraic expression. First example, 16 more than A. My keyword is appearing here, more than. So, to write an algebraic expression, I will say 16 plus A. This is an algebraic expression that is expressing 16 more than A. Is this my final answer? Yes, it is. What about if someone wrote it A plus 16? Is it correct? Yes, of course. As we said, for addition, shuffling places will never differ. And that's why you can write your expression, whether 16 plus A or A plus 16. Both will be the same and correct. Let's see the second example. 5 less than M. Once I found less than, I know that I will use the subtraction operation. But as we said, you have to use it carefully, as it will differ for the order of your operation. Am I going to start with the 5 or start with the M? As I will not have here or. Why? Because shuffling places in any subtraction operation always differs. So I have to read carefully and to understand what will be subtracted from the other. 5 is the less than M. The 5 is less than M, not the opposite. That's why my answer must be M minus 5. And this is my final answer of this expression, as 5 is less than M, not M less than 5. The product of x and 7. As we said, product will always use the multiplication sign. But you must know that we never write the multiplication sign in algebra. Why? We cannot write the multiplication sign. We never write the multiplication sign because it looks like letter X. I need here the product of X and 7. Can I write it? X times 7? Completely wrong. I cannot actually read this in algebra. The multiplication sign, which means the product, is never written in the algebra because it looks like letter X. So I cannot say whether it's letter X or a multiplication sign. And that's why it's never written. We never write the x, we never write the multiplication sign in algebra. But actually, here you have still a mistake. How to write x times 7? I always take rid of my multiplication sign, which is the x, and stick my letter to my number to call it 7x. Whenever I have my number is stick to my letter, you must know that you have an invisible sign between both, which is always a multiplication sign. So the product of x and 7 will always be written as 7x. We never start with the variable. We always start with a constant. We cannot say x7. We always start with the constant, then the variable. I know that it doesn't differ for shuffling places, but algebraic-wise, we have to start with the number, then the letter. And this is how to write a correct expression whenever we use the multiplication sign. The last example, the quotient of y and 3. The quotient means division. Once I'm using division, I'm using the division sign. Again, to write division sign, it's correct. But actually, we use in algebra the fraction form. That means I need the quotient of y and 3. The quotient of y and 3 as if I'm dividing y by 3. This is the quotient of y and 3. But actually, I can also write it as a fraction form, which is y over 3. And I wrote it as a slash as I don't have here a fraction form. Y over 3 will give you the quotient of y and 3. As we said before, the fraction form as if I'm dividing the numerator by the denominator. That means my numerator will be y, my denominator will be 3. So whether to write it y divided 3 or y over 3, both are correct. So I will use here the same word, which is or. Why? Because I can use both images, whether by using the division sign or the fraction format. The proper way and the common way is the fraction form. But if you use division, of course, it will be correct. And wait for more examples.